Hello everyone, this is your Mad Yogi Eileen, welcoming you to the updated version of our Dosha Vinyasa Yoga 3.1 flow. So let's come to our mat. By the way, if you've noticed, I have some props here. I'll just get them up. Please prepare for yourself something to pad your knees, yeah, should your knees need them, because we do have some kneeling poses in our flow, at the start of our flow. And I've also prepared two straps here, a proper yoga strap rather. But barring this, if you don't have this in your arsenal of yoga props, you can also use any non-stretchy fabric. So I have a big bandana here. You can use one of these or any non-stretchy fabric and just fold the short bits of this triangle in, and you can use this as your strap, yeah? We are using the straps for a bind pose later on, but we are also going to go through, as per usual, your different options. And if you don't want to bind, you don't have to, yeah? It's not binds and those difficult poses are not the end all and be all of the yoga practice, yeah? So, let's come to our mat. I am going to be facing you. You can do the same or just face the short horizon of your mat. However you want to view the flow, yeah, the video. But every now and then I am going to angle myself as per usual again. If I think that a different angle of my body will benefit you more in terms of you seeing what's happening, okay? So let's come to our mat. Sitting down, blades of the feet together, but not in a cobbler's pose, yeah? Because the cobbler's pose is with the feet closer to the body. For this version, it's a little farther, yeah? So create for yourself a big diamond. Anchor your hands on your shins, just below the knees. Allow the body to soften here and rock side to side. If your feet are off the mat, like mine are, by all means, use your extra cloth or the item of fabric that will act as knee pads. You can use it for your ankles as well. Again, anchor your hands on your knees and wave the spine forward and back and quickly sideways. So just soften the spine, pull back, belly in and up, chest up, head up, and pull yourself forward slightly. Don't be aggressive in this one. Just allow your hands to pull you forward, soften down, and pull back. Belly in and up, chest up, head up. Soften forward. Allow the movement of your spine to deepen naturally, yeah? Eventually, you might come a little deeper in that seated forward fold, a little more lean back when you wave the spine up. But again, it's not the end all and be all. The depth of poses is a consequence of our practice, a long-term benefit, but they're not the end goal necessarily, yeah? Just breathe here. And yes, I'm still talking to, hopefully, I am assuming you're following me and you're still moving, you're still waving the spine forward and back. Just articulating the spinal muscles. From here, lift yourself up and stop here. Not overly contracting the back muscles, but you are hugging and lifting. Yeah, so we're not caving forward anymore, and we're not hyperextending the lower back either. So from here, bring your right hand down on the mat in its claw shape, but when we move this hand, you're welcome to bring it flat, and it will make sense in a bit. Lift your left shoulder up. Left shoulder points up. Elbow, wrist, fingers. If you're mirroring me, that's okay. Lengthen up here without hiking your shoulder to your ear. You're just lengthening the arm up. You're opening the side, and that's the important bit. Then push your palm towards your right side or to your left side if you are mirroring me, and come into your lateral flexion. Trying to anchor down the opposite leg and the opposite sit bone, so we're not rocking to that side. Yeah, we're lengthening and opening the side of the body. Your standing arm, if it's more comfortable for you to place your hand flat, please do so. Don't, and I'm showing you now, don't hyperextend the fingers, yeah? Strong claw shape or flat. From here, come with me. Top arm sweeps down the right side or the left if you're mirroring. Sweep forward. This doesn't have to be very deep yet. Anchor your left hand down, claw or flat. Follow through with your right arm. Soften the upper body here first and the arm, yeah? We're going to add a twist. Twisting from your navel, sternum, nose, and then reset that strength of the arm. So we soften during our transitions, and then we re-engage the muscles, yeah? Let's make this smooth. Top arm sweeps down the left side, the side that it's reaching towards. Sweep forward, follow through with the other arm. Soften the torso and the arm, the lifted arm first, and twist. Navel, sternum, nose, and then re-engage the muscles. I want you to feel that softness and engagement of the muscles, yeah, the difference in the body. Deep, full breath. Down the side it's reaching, that top arm, sweeping forward. Soften the body and the lifted arm as you gain your twist, and then re-engage the body. Deep, full breath. When you breathe, feel your open side. Feel your ribs moving to accommodate the breath. Top arm down, sweeping forward. Follow through with the other arm. Soften the body as you gain your twist, and re-engage. Allow your standing arm, never crowd your joints this way, yeah? Allow your standing arm to slide a little further, or pare back that the lateral flexion of the body. Last one to the left side, top arm down, or right side if you're mirroring, yeah? And open up, soften as you twist, and then re-engage the body. Deep, full breath. Squeeze your open side to lift up back to center. Squeeze your abdominals and your back muscles, including the obliques, hugging and lifting to bring your knees in towards the center. Hands under your knees, and lift your feet up into our half boat. Now we'll just do it. I will do it obliquely. Half boat. You're hugging and lifting here. You're not allowing your chest to collapse this way, yeah? Your sternum is lifted, your legs are squeezing in. From here, release your hands behind you. So you are leaning back a little bit. Tilt your body to the right side. So you're on your right gluteal muscle, left if you're mirroring, and draw circles with your feet. Allow your knees to open and close, to bend and lengthen. We're massaging the gluteal muscles. We are articulating the leg joints, strengthening the abdominals. From here, back to center, Hug and lift the torso muscles as you bring your hands back under your knees and lengthening back up. Back into our half boat. Breathing. Now, hugging and lifting to support, especially your lower back. Hands behind. Tilt the body to the left side. Then draw circles once again with your legs. Breathing. If you can alternate the circling motion of your legs or choose a direction, that's fine. And back to center, feet back down, hands back on your shins and wave the spine back up. Forward, down as we began this flow and waving back up. Just two more. Forward, down. We're doing a wide-legged seated pose, spinal waves. Breathing. From here, coming back to center, reset this diamond of the legs if you need to. Left hand down, right arm waves up. If you're mirroring me, this would be the left arm up, right hand down, yeah? Open up your side first by reaching up towards the ceiling. Then press your hand, your lifted hand, towards the opposite side. Allowing your standing arm to support your body weight, not overly tilting, yeah? Not really lifting that sit bone, and allowing your standing hand to walk a little farther if it feels crowded, especially in the shoulder and neck. Top arm down, sweep forward, circle to the other side, soften your torso and your arm first as you gain your twist, and then reset the engagement of the body. Breathing. Down, circle forward, follow through to the other side, gain your twist, re-engage your lateral flexion. Deep full breath. Feel that lengthening right here. You might even feel it lower on your side. Down, circle to the other side, reset your twist first, then regain your lateral flexion, the engagement of the muscles. Deep full breath. Last set, down, roll over to the other side, open the body, lateral flexion. Breathing. Down, follow through to the other side, soften as you twist, and then lateral flexion. Squeeze your left side, lift yourself up, engage your whole torso muscles, not just the front, the sides and the back as well as you bring your legs in. It makes the legs feel much lighter, yeah? Hands under your knees and lift your legs up. So you're squeezing your legs in here in this supported but active supported half boat. Keep your knees bent if this is enough for you, or if you want to try, you can also have a supported full boat. Feel for the weight of your legs. Feel for the strength of your arms and the strength of your muscles to keep you in this pose. Bend your knees back into half boat, hands back behind us, tilt to the left side and draw circles with your feet. Breathing. Back to center, Back to half boat, stay in half boat, or come back to your supported full boat. Hugging and lifting here. Supported pose for this flow is enough. Bend, hands behind, tilt to your right hip or right gluteal and draw circles. Again, you can choose alternating circles or pick a direction and draw circles with your feet. Massaging the gluteal muscle. From here, back to center, cross your ankles and push yourself up into a soft cross-legged position, yeah? Don't bring weight on your ankles, so don't make it too tight, the crossing of your legs, is what I'm trying to say. I'll just reset myself back on my mat. Extend your hands forward. Make sure that your knee pads are close to you just in case you do need them, yeah? Extending your arms forward, walking them as far forward as they will go. Without collapsing the elbows down on the mat. And spread your fingers. Take a breath here. From here, pushing all the way down the length of your arms into the circles of your hands. Wave yourself up, unbind the legs, adjust yourself on the mat should you need to, and come into a plank pose. This is how we will get our measurements, our alignment. Feet 1 hip width distance, hands spread a little wider than your shoulders. You're pushing through your arms without bowing out the back, straight back. Knees down, untuck your toes without moving the hands from where they are, push back, extended child's pose. Hopefully you will regain that length in your arms and length in the sides as well. If you feel like your hands can crawl farther forward, do so. Just accentuating the lengthening of the arms and the sides. Now from here, wave yourself up into your cat pose. Tuck your toes under, that changes the angle of the patella. And bring your knee pads under your knees and just check if that's more comfortable for you. If it is, leave them there. If you're okay without them, you're fine as well. From here, upward and downward facing cats. From neutral, wave the spine. You're not just tilting your head up and tilting your hips up. You're still waving the spine open to your upward facing cat. Pushing through your arms, reversing the articulation of your spine, downward facing cat. Let's make this smooth. Undulate the spine. Upward facing cat, downward facing cat. Synchronize your breath and your movement. Upward facing cat, downward facing cat. Upward facing cat, downward facing cat. Now from here, bring your spine back to neutral. Neutral cat. Notice as well that our cat pose is a little wider. The wrists are not in line with the shoulders. The knees are not directly in line with the hips as well. It's a little wider for our cat pose for this flow. From here, curve your right leg under the body and look down into a three-legged downward facing cat. Three-legged downward facing cat. You're curling your right leg up. Point the knee, backing up as you bring the spine and the head into an upward facing cat. So you are in a three-legged upward facing cat. From here, extend your leg. Curl your knee, curl your leg, back to a three-legged downward facing cat. Yeah? Three-legged upward facing cat with that knee still bent. Manage the weight of that leg. Extend. Bend. Three-legged downward facing cat. One more. Three-legged upward facing cat. Extend. Bend. Three-legged downward facing cat. Bring that knee down. Untuck your toes. Push through your arms in an active extended child's pose. Meaning to say the arms are lengthened, walk them forward even. If you have, if your arms, your body is saying that you can afford to walk them further forward, you're welcome to do so. And you're pressing your hips to the back. Wave yourself up. Back to a neutral cat. Left leg curls under the body as you come into a downward facing cat. So a three-legged downward facing cat. Your lifted leg is curled nice and high into your body. Open the pose. Point the knee back and up. Point the head up in a three-legged upward facing cat. Yeah, those are our cues. And then extend that leg. Bend, three-legged downward facing cat. You're pushing through your arms, through your standing leg to gain that space under the body. And you're curling the leg up. Open the pose. Three-legged upward facing cat. Extend. Bend. Three-legged downward facing cat. Three-legged upward facing cat. Extend, bend, three-legged downward facing cat. Bring that knee down, push yourself back. Extended child's pose. I'm lifted up because I just want to say the next set, you are welcome to keep your knees down, or you can also come into a floating version of that pose. And let's just go through it. You're welcome to stop and rest and watch if you want to, or if you can follow along with the instructions, that's good as well. From your extended child's pose, waving up, full cat. Tuck your toes under, especially if you want to hover. Right leg curls under the body. Full three-legged downward facing cat, or push through your left foot and lift your left knee up. Stay low in a floating three-legged cat, or push yourself higher in this way. Yeah, it feels like a shorter curled leg three-legged dog. If you're high, hover your knee back down as you point your lifted knee back and up, and regain that upward facing, three-legged upward facing cat floating version this time. Extend that leg. Bend, curl it back in. Stay low or lift yourself high. If you're high, hover your knee back down. Upward facing three-legged cat. Extend. Bend, curl it back in. Last one, bend. Upward facing three-legged cat. Extend, bend, and curl it back in. Foot down, knees down. Untuck your toes, press back. Breathing. Wave the spine here. Let's add spinal waves into our extended child's pose, especially after that last sequence And we only did one side. Breathing. Again, you're welcome to stop, rest, and watch if you want to. Wave yourself up in a wider version of our cat pose. Left leg curls under the body, right toes tuck under. Decide, knee down, hover, or push yourself high. Yeah? Let's make this smooth. Bend your standing knee, upward facing three-legged cat. Extend, bend, draw it back in and up. Hovering or straight leg. Bend, point, extend. I'm cueing the legs. Bend, back up. Bend, point, extend. Bend, hover your knee or lengthen that leg. Last one. Bend your standing knee if you straighten it. Point that lifted knee, upward facing three-legged cat. Extend, bend, draw it back in. Foot down, knees down. Untuck your toes, push back. You're pushing through your arms, yeah? And do some spinal waves. Breathing. One more. Deep full breath. Last set. Wave yourself up. Review your options. Tuck your toes under, knees down, a little hovering, or straighten that standing leg in that downward facing three-legged cat. Yeah? From here, right leg curls up. Choose the height of your pose. If your leg is straight, hover it down. Upward facing three-legged cat. Extend that leg. Bend, draw it in. Down, point up, extend. Bend, draw it in. Down, point up, extend, bend, draw it in. Last one. Bend, three-legged upward facing cat, extend that leg, bend and draw it back in. Foot down, knees down, untuck your toes, press back. Wave the spine. Admittedly, this sequence can be a little bit confusing. So again, watch if you want to. Last one to the left. Wave up first. Cat pose. Tuck your toes under. Left leg curls up. Standing knee down. Hover or extend that leg. Those are your choices. Hover that knee or all the way down. Open the pose. Extend that leg. Bend. Draw it in. Hover. Open the pose. Extend. Bend. Draw it in. And up if you want to extend that leg. Bend. Open the pose. Extend. Bend. Draw it in. Last one. Bend. Open the pose. Extend. Bend. Draw it in. Foot down. Knees down. Untuck your toes. Press back. Wave the spine. Breathing. From here, wave yourself back into cat. Tuck your toes under and lift up to your full plank. Knees bend, push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. A few spinal waves here. Reset your feet, hip width distance, and downward facing dog. But you're welcome to stay in puppy pose and do puppy pose waves if you prefer that. Yeah? If downward facing dog is a little bit too much for the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Breathing here. Coming into a quiet and steady downward facing dog or puppy pose. Heels up, knees and elbows bent. Walk up, make sure that you don't trip on your knee pads. Bring it out to the side and walk all the rest of the way up. Feet one hip width distance, curve of the thumbs on the curve of your toes. The thumb and the big toes are more or less in line with each other, so your hands are not directly in line with your feet. Keep the knees bent. Soften your knees a lot more, bending them, backs of the hands in, push through your legs, wave the spine up, wave the arms up. Make sure that you press the backs of the hands, yeah, to counterpose your wrists and all the way up. Breathing here. Some sun salutations here, yeah? Push the hips forward, shallow or a little deeper in your back bend. Squeeze the front line of the body to lift. Hands in, press your elbows in. Make an effort to press your elbows in the whole length of your forearms. Knees bend, bow down, let the head go, let the hands go. Forward fold. Finger pads high on your shins. Push through the length of your arms. Wave yourself up in our half lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands flat, and walk. You're welcome to just walk for now. Plank. Knees down, untuck your toes, bend the elbows to the back, allow your body weight to drift forward slightly into your flat plank. Hands off the mat, squeeze your back, low cobra. Press your hands down, follow through with a higher cobra and stay. Or if you feel like it, straight up into your upward facing dog. Abdominal massage all the way down. Flat plank. Resetting your hands, tucking your toes under, lift up knee plank. Knees up, full plank. Knees bend and push back through your back muscles, through your arms. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. You can sigh if you want. And downward facing dog if you want this pose and have a few more spinal waves. So that's our paired back version of the Sun A. And let's throw in more challenges. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or hop. Top of your mat. Forward fold. Finger pads any height on your shins or keep them down on your mat even if you want, and wave up halfway into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold, knees bent, backs of the hands in, push through your legs, don't shortchange this. Your arms are waving up, pressing the backs of the hands in, upward facing hands. Pushing the hips forward, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front line of the body to lift. Hands, elbows in, knees bend, head bows, hands release. connecting the curve of your thumb to the curve, the outline of your toes. Forward fold. Inhale, waving up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bend, elbows bend, step or jump back. Plank. Throwing in chaturanga here. All the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. Stay in puppy or go to dog. And a few more spinal waves. Last set, heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or hop up. Top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, wave up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Soften your knees, backs of the hands in. Push to the length of your body, your legs, your spine, your arms, lifting up. Upward facing hands. Push the hips forward, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front line of the body to lift. Hands press in, forearms and elbows. Knees bend, head bows down, hands release. Forward fold. Waving up halfway, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop back. Plank. All the way down or halfway. Cobras or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. Stay in puppy or come to dog. And spinal wave. Up and down movement of the body. Yeah, not forward and back. From here, heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or hop up. Top of your mat. Forward fold. From here, bend your knees and we are going to lift up into a balancing pose, but let's pare it back just for this one. From this forward fold, bend the knees, bring your awareness to your, let's start with the right leg. Bring your awareness to your right leg, yeah, shift your body weight a little bit more to your right leg, wave the body up, just ragdolling up, but spinal waving yourself up. As your chest and your head lift your left leg up. Interlace your fingers just lightly, don't lock them in. Cup your shin, your upper shin. Plant or flex your ankle, but flick the toes. And press your left leg close to the body. You're waving the spine up. You're hugging and lifting. So we're not collapsing into our standing leg, yeah? We're waving the spine up, you're hugging and lifting. Again, the imagery is as if you are being massaged or sculpted in and up. Lengthening up here. I'm just facing the camera for now. From here, yeah, release the interlacing of your fingers. Bring your hands under your knee, your left knee, and extend your leg forward. Hug and lift here. It's very tempting to just collapse on this standing leg. So push through that leg. Breathing. Keep your hands where they are, supporting that leg. Now do it this way once again. Or very briefly, release that leg for just a moment. 3, 2, 1. Bend and step it back. Back heel down on the mat and melt forward and down. Good. From here, Side sweeping lunge. Left leg, right leg, left leg. And if you need your straps, come and get a strap. Turn your feet, warrior feet, to the left side. Reset, especially that back leg. Yeah? Let's pair this back for now. Wave the spine up, left forearm on your left thigh, right arm waves up into your high side angle. The head can be just neutrally forward, but if your neck is okay, look up towards your lifted hand. This standing shoulder never collapse, yeah? You're still hugging and lifting, and this forearm is just there to make the pose a little higher and to torque you into a twisting element of this pose. Push through your left leg, squeeze your right side. Your upper body is soft, your arms are soft as you bring them into a warrior two. Again, the head can be pointing neutrally forward, but if your neck is okay, reverse that articulation from before and you're looking towards your front hand. Once you're in the pose, hug and lift. Engage the muscles. Squeeze the muscles in. I want you to feel that squeezing and release of your muscles, yeah? Notice your spine. Don't lean back and don't lean forward either. Nice and vertical down the middle. From here, soften the body, back arm around the back waist. Not low, but a little higher, yeah, in your mid-waist. I hope you can see my fingers here. I'm wiggling my fingers. Left arm waves up, reaching up for our exalted warrior. You can stay here if this is enough, or reach up with that arm, press that hand towards the back. Your leading hip, which is the left in this case, is feeling as if it's pushing forward, and that will bring you into your lean. Yeah? This has an element of lateral flexion, of a side opening, and a back bend. So we're opening the side and we're leading with the hips in the back bend. Now squeeze your left side to lift yourself up. Keep your right arm around your back waist for now. Left hand down on the mat. Yeah? Feel for that bound arm behind your body. It is the same position as the bind. So just have a feel for that. That arm isn't low on the body, but it's around your waist. From here, release that top arm now. Hands down on the mat, not together, always in your little wider than shoulder width, even if it's a little bit offset. Bend the elbows and come into as deep a humble warrior as your body will allow. This now is the element of the other arm, the lower arm, the one that will bind. Yeah, that's why we come into as deep a humble warrior as we can go. But we will do the bind later. From here, with the torso up slightly, just so you can bring that left arm and hand back to the left side, resetting your feet if you need to, shoulders level and in line with that top horizon of the mat. We're coming into another balancing pose, body weight forward, push through your left leg, high head, low foot, squeeze your back muscles. I do want you to squeeze your triceps, your back muscles, your trapezius, your rhomboids, your latissimus, your gluteal muscle, especially of this lifted leg, because that's what lifts that leg. And the triceps, if I haven't mentioned it yet. Feel a bit of that tricep burn, yeah? From here, bring your spine back into an upright position As you gather your right leg up, soft interlacing or loose interlacing of the fingers just to catch that leg. Plantar flex the ankle, flick the toes. When you're ready, push through your standing leg, hug and lift. So your left hip isn't overly pointing out to the left side. Release the interlacing of your fingers. Bring your hands under your leg and extend in a supported leg lift. Just for 3 quick counts. Release your hands. 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee and step back. Melt forward and down. Just leave one of your straps on this side of the mat. Side sweeping lunge. Right, left, right. Turn your feet. Check if your other strap, apologies for saying that you might need 2 straps, but you can also do with 1. Yeah? Back into your warrior feet, warrior legs. High side angle, wave the torso up until you can slide your right forearm on top of your right thigh, left arm unfolds or unfurls up. Making sure that you use your joints, yeah? Never just hinge on the big joints. Never just lean on this standing arm either. You're hugging and lifting. Standing arm, just to give yourself that high version of the pose and to help torque you open as well. Deep, full breath. Push through your front leg, squeeze your left side, soften your upper body and your arms. Gain your warrior 2. Once you're in the pose, squeeze. Engage the muscles. Feel for your spine. Don't lean forward, don't lean back, yeah? So if you need to kind of rock the bodies forward and back just to gain that vertical alignment of your arms. My arms are never parallel here. Do so, yeah? Deep, full breath, squeezing the body here. Soften, back arm, left arm around the back waist. Right arm waves up. Once again, I hope you can see my fingers wiggling here. The arm is around your back waist, not lower and not overly high. Yeah, right in the middle. Lengthening up. Stay here in this shallower version of the pose if this is enough. Or reach, lean, push the hips, especially the right hip, point it forward. And come into your exalted warrior. Breathing. Squeeze your right side. Release the pose. Keep your left arm bound around your back. Right hand down on the mat. And bend that elbow. Already gained that depth of your humble warrior. Yeah? Breathing. Release your top arm, bring it out, shoulder width distance or a little wider rather, and bend your elbows, coming a little bit more deeply into your humble warrior, if you can. Or stay high, especially if binding isn't for you anyway. You can stay high, why not? From here, right arm and shoulder, back to the right side, the blade side of your foot. Reset your hips, reset your shoulders. From here, body weight forward, lighten your back leg, strong right leg, and push yourself up into a paired back warrior 3 with the head high, the foot low, but your back muscles, including your triceps, are squeezing. Feel that tricep burn. Breathing here. Let's make it smooth now. From here, spine upright, left leg gathers up, forward and up. Hook your hands on your shin, lengthening up here. In a bound, standing, single leg balancing pose. Release your hands, support your leg. I can't look at the camera, I'm feeling wobbly. Extend. If you can, lift it a little bit higher, but remember, it's not just the arms, yeah? Release for 3, 2, 1. Bend, step back, melt forward and down. Sweep left, sweep right, sweep left, stay. Turn your feet, warrior legs. Left hand down on the mat if you want to come a little deeper, or prepare for your forearm to slide back up on your thigh, yeah? So choose your height, hand down or forearm on your thigh, and right arm waves up. So you have a choice, high side angle or a low side angle, but with vertical arms for this flow, not the top diagonal arm version. Push through your front legs, soften your upper body, soften your arms. Don't rush, especially if you've come from a deep pose, and squeeze. Warrior 2. Again, the head neutrally forward where your sternum is pointing, or towards your front hand, your left hand in this case. Soften, right arm behind, left arm waves up, lengthen, and lean. Exalted warrior. Deep, full breath. This one doesn't have to be very deep. What we really want to be feeling for this flow is this bind of your arm behind your waist. Squeeze your left side, pushing through your back leg. Lift yourself up, left hand down, bend that elbow, and come into your a different version of that humble warrior. If you don't want to bind, you can push through that standing arm and keep it nice and straight without locking the elbow. If you do want to try for that bind, get your strap, lift yourself up until your left hand can bring that strap on your right hand, yeah? Come back deep. And I will just quickly show you from behind. So from here, my left hand helped that strap into the right. Loop it around your hand, but don't hurt yourself. That left arm comes back into our humble warrior. Yeah? Keep your shoulder joint by your knee joint and just bring your arm behind under that leg. Feel for that strap and walk your hand in. And you're already in a bound version. If you're here, adjust your hands on your strap and point your top shoulder, your right shoulder up towards the ceiling and come into a twist. And I will just release myself here so that I can show you front facing, so that I can show you that twist, yeah? From here, my head is still pointing down, my top shoulder is pointing down, and I will add that twist. Good. Deep, full breath. This is quite strong, especially for the shoulder joints, the elbows, and even the wrists, yeah, if you don't have a strap and you're holding on to your fingers. So just be careful, please. Release your hands from your strap, release the strap, just bring it down on the mat and come back into that humble warrior. Sigh. Left shoulder and arm back to the left side. Reset your shoulders and your hips. Body weight forward and lift yourself up into either a high head, low foot warrior 3, or if you want to come really deep, keep your head down, lift your right leg up, lift your arms up into a really deep version of the warrior 3, and any angle in between. Yeah? Push through your standing leg. Be mindful and careful, especially if you've come from a deep pose. From here, curl your right leg back up. Light interlacing of the fingers. Squeeze up. Back into our standing balancing pose. Release your hands under your knee. Extend that leg. If you can lift it a little bit higher, you're welcome to. Pushing through your standing leg. From here, release the hands just for 3 quick counts. 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, step back, melt forward and down. Side sweeping lunge. Right, left, right. Turn. You're already low, so you can try for a deep version of this. Right hand down on the arch side of your foot, or you can also prepare to slide it back up. Okay? Left arm waves up. So once again, so you are either in this low version of the side angle with vertical arms, or the higher version, yeah? Whichever you want. Nose pointing up if you can, or just neutrally forward. Now, push through your front leg, squeeze your left side to lift yourself up into our warrior 2. Now, if you've come from a very low position, be gentle with yourself. Don't rush that. I don't want you to get dizzy. Once you're in your warrior 2, hug and lift. Neck pointing forward, if you want, neutrally forward, or towards your right hand. Deep, full breath. Soften the body. Left arm around your back waist. Right arm waves up. Exalted warrior. Remembering how to move the body and never just dropping into your poses, yeah? That can lead to a lot of injuries. Squeeze your right side now. Lift yourself up. Keep your left arm bound around your back waist. Right hand down on the mat. Bend your elbow. Just have a feel for this pose once again. With that top arm just rounding around the back. Stay if this is enough, or grab your strap, lift yourself up just so you can position your hand, your bound hand on your strap, then come back into this version of the humble warrior. Your right shoulder and your right knee are right by each other, right arm around the front leg, and hold on to the strap. And once again, I will just quickly show you how it is from the back. Yeah? Once you're in this pose, top shoulder turns up towards the ceiling. And I'll just, yes, I'm moving and talking so I can still keep you in the pose. That's the purpose of that. You can walk your hands along your strap until maybe they're touching each other, or maybe not. Keep it nice and loose if you want to. From here, release your bind, release your strap, bring your hands down on the mat, in our plank pose or plank position and bend the elbows. In our hang foundation positions. That's just a little bit clunky to say, but deep humble warrior. Or once again, if that's too deep, push through your arms and lift your chest up. This is good too. Breathing. From here, shoulders back to neutral, hips back to neutral, right shoulder and arm on the right side. Stay low, especially if you want to have a taste of that deep warrior 3, or lift your head up, yeah? And we'll do that. Body weight forward. Choose the angle of your body. Push through your standing leg and come into either a deep, really, really deep warrior 3. Squeeze the back muscles, or tilt yourself a little higher, or even higher into that high head, low foot. Regardless, I'll just support myself. Regardless of angle, what you really want to be feeling is that activation of your muscles, yeah? The deeper you are, of course, the more challenging for the balance. From here, bend your left knee, step it down, backs of the hands together, wave your arms up. Shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front of the body to lift. Hands in, elbows in, bow down. Forward fold. From here, step one of your legs back and turn your feet and your head to that top horizon of the mat. I say it that way because I don't know if your screen is on your right, yeah? So essentially, turn to the long horizon of your mat facing your screen, because we are going to be mirroring each other for this. So, reset yourself back into our goddess stance, wide legs, hands down on the mat, in line with your feet this time. Bend your elbows to the back, let your head go. In a humble goddess. The knees never lock. Give them a micro bend or even a deeper bend if you want to. In fact, let's do that. Bend the knees as deeply as you can. Push through your arms and through your legs. Lengthen them up. Yeah, watch this if you're feeling confused. So, arms and legs are nice and straight without locking the elbows and the knees. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, come into as deep a pose as you can and push. So we're just bringing our bodies up and down. And we want to do this for the next sequence, yeah? I hope you can see this. And push. From here, soften your knees. The bend doesn't have to be very deep. Backs of the hands together. Push through your legs. Wave your spine up. Backs of the hands pressing in. It's very similar to when we lift up from our forward fold with the legs together, yeah? Lengthening up here. Deep, full breath. From here, soften your arms. Bring them parallel to the floor. Lengthen your arms out. Lengthen your legs down into one of the Vitruvian Man poses. Feel if you're leaning to one side or to the other side. Try to make your body nice and centered. Breathing here. From here, soften your arms, making sure that your knees are not locked, so give them a micro bend. Bring your arms back up, hands in, elbows in. Make sure that you don't bring your the weight of your arms down on your chest, yeah? So keep your elbows lifted up. With your knees having that micro bend, we are going to have twisting poses. So let's twist. I'll be twisting to my right side. It will be your left. Just mirror me, yeah? So, knees micro bend, twist to the right. Navel, sternum, nose. You are pressing your left arm into the right. The twist won't be too deep. You will feel the activation of your deltoids here. Yeah? To the center, right arm or my right arm is pushing into the left center. Follow through, navel, sternum, nose, twisting to the other side. Trying to anchor your legs, trying to avoid this. Yeah, collapsing your legs in, avoid that. Back to center. Now, bend the knees a little bit more. Small click. Twist to the right. Keep your forearms together. Center. Left. Center. Click the knees. Twist right. Center. Left. Center. And all the way down. I hope you felt that in your arms, yeah, in your deltoids. Let the head go, knees bent. Breathing. Push through your legs, backs of the hands together rather, and back all the way up. And bring your arms parallel to the floor. Squeezing the body here. The Vitruvian man. And then from the Vitruvian man, coming back to the goddess pose. Soften your body, micro bending the knees, hands back up, arms back up, hands in, elbows in. Twisting to the left this time. Setting one, so high setting, twist left, shallow twists, yeah? Center, right, center, but press your forearms in, bend. Left, don't drop your elbows, center, right, center, bend, twist left, center, right, center, all the way down. Let the head go. Last one, we know what to do now. Push through the legs, backs of the hands in, wave yourself up, open your arms, Vitruvian man, squeeze. Soften, hands up, as you bring your knees into a small bend, hands in, elbows in, to the right side. Twist, center, left, center, bend, right, center, left, center. Press your forearms, bend, right, center, left, center, and all the way down. Deep full breath. Turn on your heels. Reset yourself, shoulders parallel to the top horizon of your mat. And set yourself, feet in line with each other, stepping up, knees bend, sit down. Yeah? All of that cue, just to tell you to sit back down. From here, see if you have enough space behind you and roll down on the mat. Hug your knees in and draw circles. Drawing circles with the knees. Now, because our Dosha Vinyasa Yoga are longer classes, longer sequences, is what I'm trying to say. You might want to have a bit of Shavasana. Yeah? But if you have a lot of other things to do, just have a few more moments here in this circling action of the knees to massage your sacroiliac joint, and we will pop off the mat. So either Shavasana from here, bring your legs, your feet down the mat, relax your arms, small window wipes of the legs as you walk your feet out, yeah? And come into your Shavasana. If you want to spend a few moments there, or from this pose, hugging your knees in, bring your arms above the head and bend the elbows. Frame your head with your arms. Choose a side. Right side if your blood pressure is normal to elevated. Left if it's feeling a little bit low, but because you're going to be in our fetal pose for just a moment, you'll be okay either side you choose. So I am turning to my left side because that's where my camera is. So have a few moments in your fetal pose. Either side. You'll only be here for a moment. Unless if you're pregnant. If you are pregnant, I hope you did that sequence carefully and turn to your left. Release your hands from your elbows, top hand pressing strongly into the mat. Follow through with your other arm and join me in any comfortable seated pose. Roll your shoulders, close your eyes here just to reset the senses, yeah? Nothing woo-woo about this. We're just trying to reset the senses. You can even sigh. Just bringing equilibrium back to your heart rate and your breath rate. Deep, full breath. Oxygenate the body once again. And when you're ready, flutter the eyes open. I hope you enjoyed that one. You can also finish this way after your Shavasana, of course, and I will see you in the next class. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.